Hi, today we're riding from Leith Hill to Watton, a total of 6.4 kilometres, and should take around 20 minutes-ish depending on the pace we're making. As we start uphill, the camera doesn't really show the steep incline, but as you get to the top, it's a very tight right turn, so if the first time riding it, I would plan to stop as you crest the top of this bit and take a look at where you're going next. Overall, this trail is no steep inclines, and it is sandy in some spots, gravelly in others. It's a beautiful evening, it's getting towards dusk, and the sun is coming through the trees, and it's just a lovely leisurely ride, which I think it's not a challenge as such, but it's an enjoyable ride. I'd also like to say to those of you who are watching my other videos, this is a big change from the other stuff I've done. So after welcome feedback on how my ability with a camera on bikes goes, and hopefully you can get to see this trail and others can ride it and enjoy it. I'm on a DRZ400, which is, it's not a serious off-road bike, it's more of the American called a dual sport. But it is the kind of bike that will go pretty much anywhere as long as I'm not into enduro racing or serious competition. But it's just fun, I enjoy it because it is also quite comfortable and quite at home on the road. So it's very easy getting around between the different green lanes. Just please also remember whenever we ride green lanes to show respect for other users. And always remember that around any of these corners we can meet pedestrians, other motorcyclists, 4x4s, or horse riders. So, just always keep that in mind. You don't want to get carried away and have so much fun that it will become dangerous. As we head downhill here, we come to the Plough Pub, which is a great stopping spot. It's somewhere you could stop and have something to drink, have something to eat. On this trail or before you start the trail, and as we come down this gravel we take it easy because it is a little bit slippy, and as we approach the pub, rather than going out onto the tarmac road, we just take a hard left here and we're heading then northwest on the trail to Watton. First bit of it is tarmac, but that soon disappears back into sandy gravel and just an easy ride. It's a nice wide track. You'll find some places in the woods where it is rutted, so you'll need to pick whether you're on the left, the right or the middle before you go through a spot. But in general, if you take it easy and just look ahead of you, there's not too much challenges in it. The track, as you can see here, is cut down into the wood a little bit in a way. This time of the evening, given that we're heading northwest, there'll be moments when the sun will come through the trees into our eyes. So, just take that into consideration and go around some of the corners. There's some lovely open spots, so I took this opportunity to get a ride by on the camera and let you see what the open woodland looks like in places. Of course, the problem with a ride by is you got to come back and collect your camera. Now I'm coming back to collect the camera and we'll get back on the trail. We've been enjoying some really dry weather, and this has resulted in it being dust rather than mud, which is fabulous, particularly as I'm out this evening by myself, so I'm not picking up anybody else's dust from somebody in front of me. And I'm just enjoying the sunshine and enjoying the DRZ400. I find it a great bike for these. It's big enough and heavy enough, and got enough performance on the road to get around between lanes. And yet when you get there, it's good fun. and will take you anywhere you want to go. Nice torque engine. There is a little bit of wet still lying around, as you might have seen, so that's a sign of what it might be like in the winter. There's certainly some spots along this that could be 18 inches or 2 feet deep with water in winter, but at the moment, as you can see, it's more sand that you'll have to contend with, and just trying to stop looking around at the scenery and keep an eye on the track. Okay, here's cutting a little bit more into the track, and the base underneath mightn't come out very well on the camera, I think, because the base is a little bit sandy under the tyres. But you can gyrate with the sides just a little bit, and it's again, as long as you just keep a gentle pace going, it's not particularly difficult. Somebody's had to clear the path through there because there's obviously a sizable tree came down. But that's another thing, the TRF is a great organisation to be a member of, which I am, but it's also one that puts a lot of effort into conservation. So we think of them on the political side of keeping these tracks open and available to us, but they also organise groups and parties to go out and clear tracks and make sure the obstacles are removed and the bushes are chipped back. This is a nice stretch through here, a little bit rutted underneath, but again, nice and easy, just take it gently. There's a spot that might, in the winter, have a good bit of water lying in it. Different kind of challenge. I'm not such a big fan of the freezing cold and the falling face first into the water. And again, as we said earlier, always be aware of pedestrians, horse riders, cyclists, or other motorcycles coming the opposite way. Just coming up to an opening here where you get some beautiful views across the fields. And again, the camera is on the bike, not on my helmet, so it's about handlebar height. So up from where I am, I can see much better out into that open field, and the camera probably won't see all of that. I hope the light is not fading as such for me, but I think the camera done out, maybe some of the stretches looking a little bit dark, but hopefully it's coming out okay, that you can get a good feel for what the track is like. Yeah, these are spots which you can see why in the winter they become quite slippy and muddy, although there's no real choked bits along this to become too bad. Again, sandy base. This is an easy trail to follow. There's not a lot of navigation challenges in it. Once you've turned at the plough pub, you more or less just follow the track through. I mean, obviously read the signs, look at your map, carry a map with you, have it marked out, but yeah, it's not one that's going to, you're not going to be stopping every 2 or 3 minutes to check your map. It pretty much is a follow the trail all the way through. Where we emerge here onto the road, Horseshoe Lane it might be called, but I might be wrong in the name of the lane. As we emerge here, we take a right. I'm just checking that I know where I am, I think. And we take a right and we go up the lane for a few minutes. This is a lovely chance actually to get a little bit more momentum and get a bit of cool air into my jacket. It's a little bit warm this evening. And as we come up here, we find we have an opportunity just to branch off to the right here and do one last little bit of lane. Some potholes along this, but nothing too serious, and it's just a a last little bit before you head out on the open road. And unfortunately, I see what happens in all too many lanes at the moment is that the dumping goes on and rubbish thrown on country lanes, fly tipping. I know the authorities try to stop it as best they can, but it is a huge abuse of our countryside. And then we're back out on proper hard black stuff. So that's the end of the trail for this evening. The DRZ, as I said earlier, is a bike I love. It's really good fun, and this is where it's perfect. Now, I pulled out off the trail, which I've enjoyed, and now it's well capable of road performance, and you'll never feel vulnerable on the road. It's able to keep up with traffic, it's got pace, and it's got, even with off-road tires on it, it's got decent handling, and it's quite pleasant to ride on the road. I enjoy it. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you've seen the lane, I hope you'll ride it, and I hope I'll see you soon. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments to help me on what I should do in making these, then please put the comments below. Or if you'd like to hear some more, then subscribe. Thank you.